Wow.
And I'm like, that was his pitch, though, because it got so weird out there. It's like, no, you still want your money in these investments, and you want it with me because I'm certainly losing less than the other guys.
I'm using mine to put equity in my home.
And as a consumer, I'm like, what? That doesn't make me feel good.
No. I don't know. My accountant called me like after the biggest crash
October,
day.
November,
and he said, "You're the only person I got good news for because you don't have any fucking money in anything." He said, "You're the only client I have who lost nothing."
He called
today.
you to make himself feel better.
Exactly. Because I had no.
He had such a rough day. He's like, "Who on this list is
exactly?"
I could call to.
You really don't know what to do with your cash.
No,
I just put it in. Like I said, I put it in my home equity.
I just paid mortgage. Fuck, what else can you do? It's like, I'm sick of paying the bank interest.
See, and then I go, because that's the other thing people say. The one thing that's, that land is perfect because there's always more people, there's never more land.
Yeah.
But then I think, no, but then there's going to be the revolution, and the brown people are going to say,
you don't steal my land.
I don't care what your lease says. I don't care what your title says.
That's why you need to buy guns.
You need to buy a gun,
guns and land.
One of the solutions to the woes out there, the economic woes, is a situation.
Is what?
A situation. Less people.
Plague or something.
Some kind of situation will make things a lot better.
We're reaching some kind of limits here. There's just not. The thing is, it's another reason again why it's good that this shit's happening, because you can't keep getting more this idea of wealth that's not based on, hey, we just found more stuff in America and we're selling it to other places.
Right.
It's just we're selling each other experience and orgasms and just trading money to the point where there's just money that's not based in anything. It's not based on some gold.
Yeah.
It's not based on that we're carting more fucking oats to China. It's this, we're selling our debt to China. That's our big, that thing that people say now that's our biggest export. Is debt. Did you know that?
Yeah.
That outstrips by far any cars we make or any steel.
Yeah, we sell them debt.
It's the biggest thing that we sell is buy some of our debt, and now we owe you the money instead of to
we owe you
Bank
money
of America.
Plus.
Yeah, so that's
plus interest.
Why wouldn't that crumble? Why wouldn't that stop and go like, well, there's not more stuff?
Because we have atom bombs. Like, that's what I mean.
No, I know, but
we
inside,
have atom bombs.
It's not going to be an invasion, it's an implosion. It's just that we don't have the fucking resources or even the education.
No, I think eventually
or the talents
or the wherewithal.
Wherewithal, Jimmy.
I think eventually we'll just say, we're not paying you back. And then if you argue with it, we will just drop huge bombs on you.
That's fine, but we don't have anything to give each other anymore. We don't have anything. At some point, you tap out.
Come up with a widget. It's just widgets. They're just fake things. We're just trading widgets for paper.
Yep.
For imaginary things that are worth little things on an abacus.
I remember I was in Arizona once and I stopped at a gas station that's also a Nathan's Hot Dogs Subway.
Wow, in Arizona.
Subway, Dunkin' Donuts, Baskin Robbins, 7-Eleven store.
And this pasty, skinny, malformed white American kid with like chunks out of his hair, like he just cut his own hair like he was brushing it in the morning, just to keep the length down. I just pictured him looking in the mirror, half asleep, like literally just using scissors like they're a comb. Yeah. And then he's selling a fucking Subway sandwich to a dude that's him. Just there's no difference between the two guys. He made it for him. They're just both sleepy. Can you put onions on it? And he goes, yeah, these onions? Yeah, okay. And then I looked at them. I'm like, why don't you just eat it? Who cares which one he eats it? Who cares which one he eats it?
Nothing really being exchanged there.
Oh, that's great.
We're just these people looking at each other glassy-eyed, making consumer choices to each other.
Yeah.
One guy's getting paid and one guy's eating the thing, but what's the fucking difference?
What amazes me is the world is drastically changing, and Bush. This was all happening, and how did Bush skate?
I know.
This was all ready to happen, and he was just skating to the end of his presidency.
Yeah. Did they see it, though? Because the whole world economy got hit. Like London got hit.
The world economy.
No, they did.
The signs, man.
They did, because all the seeds for this were planted a long time ago, and people just kept pushing off
the idea of doing anything about it. He just didn't want to get to the end of it.
There's a great story on NPR that tells the entire story, like from fucking front to finish. It was this long thing they played.
Right. Of course, it's
NPR.
not
Fascinating how far back it went.
I'm not blaming Bush, by the way. This was obviously all just developing while he was in office.
Well, Clinton didn't help either.
Sure.
Clinton was another.
Fucking Reagan, man.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is it was coming to a breaking point, and he was like, not on my watch, man.
No.
Get Obama in there and let him deal with this shit. Where's my helicopter? I'm out.
Yep.
Is it a bad time? Investments now, it's like, what do you buy into? Like, I invested, there's a company, and what they do is they go to people's homes.
Sorry, Jimmy.
And they do oil paintings of you and your family, and the paintings are about $8,000. And this company's like $300 a share. And I think that in an economic crisis, people want oil paintings of themselves for their families. And
what a wise investment.
Commission artists
tough times
to come and paint oil paintings of them.
You know what? There is a story about this painter I saw on I think it was on 60 Minutes. This guy who's an American painter, and he paints just shitty landscapes like you see like in a hotel lobby.
Yeah.
But he became hot as a painter. Like people just really dig him. This is to me like a great example of what is wrong with the whole fucking world, country, really. And he paints these shitty landscapes, and they're so hot that he just makes prints of them, like they're just reproductions. Yeah. But then he adds a couple of dabs of paint to the print to make it original, and then signs his name. And and crazy Americans buy these for like $30,000, and then they trade them like they're a big it's like a hobby to buy his paintings. But people like mortgage their homes to buy his paintings. They get obsessed. So they showed him. He flies into Houston. In a private jet and goes to this big hall, and it looks like a EST meeting or something. It's thousands of people, like he's God, and he's got a headset, you know, like Garth Brooks, like he's kind of like a Garth Brooksy cowboyish kind of guy. I'm a painter, man. Watch this shit. And they have all his paintings up on stage, and he's signing them like super fast. And an assistant is just taking one away, and then he signs it, takes another one away, and he signs it. And he says, "Every one I sign is worth another $10,000." And he signs, and people are standing and applauding.
Oh my God!
That he's just
printing money.
People are so excited that he's rich and that they're giving him money.
He must be like, is he from another planet? Does he have hypnotic like powers?
He's just got that drive. He's got that thing that people like more than anything, that somebody's successful and rich. They're so excited that somebody's rich. You know?
I'd love to be like one of those people that can just go in front of a stadium and just talk about how great you are, and have people just be like, yes,
and they're so excited that somebody pulled it off.
They're throwing money, and it's usually some religious thing. You know, I gotta get a cult.
It's a lot. There's a comedian in the world who succeeded that way. The number one thing people love about that comedian is how successful he is. Like if you look at people writing about him, the first thing they say is, look how many of these he's sold, and look how great. And they don't. The germ of like what he actually does, that's arbitrary. He's a success story.
Yeah.
Look how many friends he has on this thing, and look how much.
Look at Tony Robbins. For years, he was like fucking the lurch of of being amazing.
Yeah.
And he'd get out there and just tell people how to make it.
Yep.
And they were fucking like falling down crying watching this guy. How do you pull that off?
And a small percentage of those people will ever make it. Even though they buy right into his concept.
No, it's
Thomas
amazing.
Kincaid?
None of them.
What?
Thomas Kincaid, the painter?
I think that's his name.
No, it's Reuben Kincaid.
Reuben's his agent is his brother.
Oh, is it?
Yes, Thomas is
once he got rid of that pain in the ass redheaded boy.
Yes,
he was able to concentrate on his brother's career.
Fucking pedophile. He was chasing after that little redheaded boy.